All right now we're joined by a very special guest here on the John Neighbors Show. We know that there's a lot of chaos going on with Razorback athletics. You got baseball in full swing, also with basketball, trying to keep up with all the transfers and everything going on. But Razorback football did just end with their spring practice a few weeks ago, and a lot of people are curious about how the team is going to do this upcoming season. So let's talk a little bit more about it as we go ahead and welcome in here in studio at Natty State Sports. It is Razorback running back Rashod Dubinion. And Rashod, appreciate you joining us, man. How you doing this afternoon?
Appreciate y'all for having me. I'm doing great today. How you doing?
Man, we're doing good. I know the weather's starting to get a little bit warmer, so which is a lot nicer and everything. But I know you concluded spring practice, so just kind of walk us through it. How do you feel like everything went overall, generically, and also just some takeaways that you had from this past springtime?
I feel like every day we came out there and we got better, and that's something honestly, I done seen the program where days is people come out there and it's like we going through the motions. And this year I feel like every day, like somebody got better at something every day. Like it was a lot of attention to details.
Yeah, well, did you say that I know that, of course, there's always changes that go on with every single team, it seems like. But for you particularly with the running back room, what do you make of some of the guys that have been added to the mix? I know Jaquindon Jackson's somebody that people are really excited about. You got Braylon Russell, a true freshman. But just as far as some of the guys that have jumped in and become newcomers on the running back room, just what have you seen from them so far just during the springtime too?
Yeah, I see them like pushing me to get better and also pushing themselves. Like everybody hold each other to a higher standard. And it like helps the team a lot. It helped the running back room a lot because you know they going to bring it every day, so you got to bring it.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty competitive thing too these days because I was even thinking about looking back on stats and seeing how the running back position has evolved in the game of football for a long time. You know, for a while there, it seemed like a running back getting 30 to 35 carries a game was pretty common. But nowadays, it seems like it's more about committee. But do you feel like with the group of guys that you have going on and you being worked into the mix there too, do you feel like it's going to be a very much of a shared effort to make the running game and the running attack be very successful this year?
Yeah, so I feel like every dog has their day type thing. So like whoever hot, I feel like they'll go. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's probably the good mentality to have, the right mentality to have.
Yes,
now, we also went through kind of a unique situation where your running back coach changed in the middle of spring. You know,
yes,
I know that coaches change, players change, but to have it happen where a few practices in, you have your coach there, Jimmy Smith, he moves on, and then you have Colby Smith coming in. But what was that like, that transition like, and was it something that took everybody by surprise with Coach Smith leaving? And what have you made from Colby Smith, the new Coach Smith that's been in the running back room with you?
Yeah, it's something that definitely caught us by surprise because it's like one day, you know, everything seemed cool. We all practicing, and then like my dog gone, and like he recruited me out of middle school basically. So it was like it hit a little bit, but like I understand that everything is a business too. So I wasn't mad at him or nothing. And the new coach, Colby Smith, he came in like ready to work. So it was like no drop off. And like he told us his first day there that this is gonna be my worst day, and he ain't lie about that. And it was like fun. The spring was fun to me.
Yeah, because I was thinking too with the type of recruiting and the element that you mentioned with Coach Jimmy Smith and him moving on too. People are probably always just with the way it is today, transfer portal. I know you've had your thoughts on the transfer portal and everything. Is that something that even entered into your mind as far as moving on? Because, hey, my coach is gone. You know, that's kind of right now. The window's open up. Is that everything you even contemplated at all when it came to maybe jumping in there into the portal?
Yeah, like kind of, but like it never got too serious for me because it was just a thought. Like I'm pretty sure every athlete these days think about it. But it's like, do I jump out there, put my name out there, and end up somewhere I don't want to be at when I got a good situation going on where I'm at?
Yeah, because is that, like, I know it's, maybe weren't around when, obviously not a college athlete, when the transfer portal wasn't as prevalent as what it is now, but does that feel like there's just a lot of added pressure that gets put on and from outside where, you know, hey, if something doesn't go perfectly right or maybe you're not getting exactly what you wanted, that you got people maybe telling you, hey, do this, do that. Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure from outside people trying to kind of say, hey, do this, do that, or do the other?
Yeah, I feel like it's about like your mindset, like as the athlete. Like, if you listening to those people, you probably shouldn't because they don't know your situation. Like only you, like you the only person that know your situation besides God. So I'll just listen to my heart and talk to God about it.
Speaking with Rashod Dubinion, Razorback running back here on the John Neighbors Show. Now, talk to us about Coach Petrino, because that's somebody that everybody in Arkansas knows all about and knows how it's kind of come full circle with him. But you had course, Kendall Briles is an offense coordinator. This last year, Dan Enos was there for a bit. Then you had Kenny Guyton take over, and now you got Petrino. But what has been some of the biggest changes and some of the significance that you've seen from the Petrino offense so far in spring, and why will it make you guys a much better offense this upcoming season?
Everybody on the offensive staff is like keyed in on the details, and like Coach Petrino made sure the position coaches lock in with us. Like, hey man, we got to get these guys on the details. Everybody get in the playbook. Like he own us basically, but in a good way.
Yeah. Because people think that he's like a really hard nosed guy out there, yelling at everybody and everything. But you mentioned the attention to detail. That is, I think, an element that maybe fans and people that aren't inside the locker room really understand the importance of them and what that means. So kind of walk us through, what does that mean when you say attention to detail and everything? What does that include?
It means like locking in on your playbook, basically, like doing the little things right, because it all start with the little things, and that's for like everything in life. So like as long as you're doing the little thing right, like you executing like technique, like what you were taught instead of like your skill set, like relying on skills all the time. Just go back to the playbook and like what the coaches teach you, and it'll take you a long way.
So what would you say that for your own individual, every player's got some goals for the upcoming season and everything, but you as an individual, what are some of your goals that you want to accomplish here as you're heading into your third year as a Razorback running back? But what are some things you want to accomplish?
Yeah, I just want to be like the best version of myself and like give the people like who I know I am, show the people who I know I am, and like not what people may think I am. Like that I'm like that guy, like for real.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's something where the team, too, they're looking, of course, all of you guys are looking to improve upon this past season. Didn't exactly go the way you saw, but maybe from the cultural perspective and from inside the locker room, have you noticed some pretty significant changes from where it was last year to where it is this year, just as far as the camaraderie and how everybody's getting along and how everybody feels where the team's at right now?
Yeah, so I feel like we have, like, more leaders and better leaders, like people leading the right way. Like, it ain't all about I don't get that much playing time, so I won't say nothing. It's like everybody on everybody. Everybody holding each other accountable, and that's what like gonna help the team get better and go further and further.
Well, and I know that with the current state of how things are, and knowing that playing in the SEC and having that, what is that like for you as a player? I know you came from high school and you had a lot of offers coming out, but being able to play in the SEC, going out there and having 75,000, 80,000 people in the stands each and every game, and whether it's home or road. But what has that been like for you in your journey so far in college? And is it everything you expected? Has it been more? Has it been less? Just how has it been?
It's been
like
way more than I expected, because like it ain't nothing you can imagine. It's like you got to be out there. Like when they say the SEC different, like they mean that. Like you can feel it. Like while you on the field, like the field probably echoing or roaring. Like you can hear the ground shake. It'd be fun out there.
Yeah, because that's like something that when the fans show up to it, they see the games, and knowing that this upcoming season and the schedule you guys have, I know you're going to take it one game at a time. But I was curious, they moved the first game against UAPB, which is getting played in Little Rock. They moved it to a Thursday night, which is not crazy in college football, but it is a little bit unique.
Yes,
is that something that, as a player, do you kind of like a little bit more, where you get your Saturday off in the middle of the season? I know you guys are going to be ready no matter what, but what do you make of starting the season down there in Little Rock on a Thursday night when college football have always been made for Saturdays?
I mean, I don't play football in high school on a Thursday. It's just football at the end of the day. But I'm excited to go out there and like put on a show for the fans. I hope all the fans come out to Little Rock and support. But besides that, like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's just football.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it's a lot cooler than it was last year.
Yes,
At least it'll be at night, so hopefully ends up being a lot cooler. Rashod Dubinion is our guest here on the John Neighbors Show. Now, Rashod, I'm curious, heading into the summertime as spring is concluded, just what are you going to be doing? You're going to be going home for the summertime? You're going to be staying up here? Just kind of what do you have planned for the summertime?
Yeah, I'll be here for the most part, training and stuff like that. I'll go home for like a week to my little cousin graduation. But besides that, I'll be spending time with my kid or chilling, working.
Yeah. So how is that? Because I think that's always a really cool thing to see a college athlete like you, big-time athlete, an SEC athlete, but also taking care of your kid too. Just how cool has that been, being able to do both of those things and being able to raise him and to see him, especially at this age where you got so much going on, but still having him by your side?
Yeah, my son only one, so it'd be like cool but I'm still learning him at the same time because there's a lot I don't know about him. So I just try to like, because he don't even know who his dad is. He just living a life. So I just try to like be there for him more than like, you know, just do it. There ain't nothing to it but to be a dad, I feel like.
I was going to ask you, how has that changed you as an individual, as a person, going from being a young man in football in college to having a son? Just what kind of has that just impact on you, and not only from football side of things, but also from your personal life too?
Yes, sir. It made me like a lot more patient with people. That's one of the things I noticed fast. Like with my son, I have to be a lot more patient because you got to repeat yourself over and over. And like I grew up with probably like what people would call a quick temper, so I don't say much. So like that's helped me a lot, like dealing with raising my son. Yeah.
Well, I know people also always ask these cliche questions because I think it's always interesting. But if you weren't playing football, what would you want to be doing? If football wasn't a thing for you, what would be the thing that you'd enjoy most doing?
Coaching. I like kids in general, so I like helping kids reach their goals. I feel like a lot of people help me reach mine. Like, a lot of people push me since a young age, because I've been playing football since 5. So a lot of people push me to play and chase my dream. So I want to help kids do that.
Is there a particular coach then that's had a big impact on you, or the biggest impact on you in your career? Because obviously something like that's got to connect you with something where you want to do that.
Yeah, it's a dude named Coach O. He don't even coach football at like high school level, or he just coached park ball. But his name Omari Terry. He my guy. He my guy. But he like the godfather of park ball, football in Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, I know football and coaching is always something a lot of former players do, but do you have a certain hobby outside of football and all, though, that you do? Anything that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I like clothes and I like music. So it's like probably like something like YouTube. I'm about to start a YouTube sooner or later.
All right. What's it going to be about? What's going to be on YouTube?
It's going to be like vlogging, probably like dad stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Spend time with my kids, show y'all like the day in the life of an athlete with a kid.
Yeah, I see. I think that'd be successful. Someone who's on YouTube and like doing what we're doing. Yeah, we can tell you it's where a lot of people are at too. And I think that people see like this, for instance, what we're doing right now.
Yes, sir.
And being a part of with the NIL and how it's impacted everything. I think it's a really cool thing, not personally, selfishly, because it's cool that we get to speak with student athletes of the team we cover, but also it really begins to humanize, I feel like, student athletes, where fans are fans. They're passionate. They want their teams to win and everything. But they also, when they don't get to see much of the human side of guys, like, hey, you're still just kids with normal lives and everything. But looking at the NIL, how is that, what's that like being in that? Because so many people have an outsider's perspective, maybe don't really understand the goings on with it. But for you and dealing with the NIL, like, how is that lifestyle as far as being an athlete, but also wanting to make sure that you're doing the best you can to enhance your brand with your name, image, and likeness?
Yeah, I see NIL as like a door to many, like it opened a door for a lot. So it depends on how you use it and how you attack it. I feel like you can use it to try to make all the money you want to make in college, or you can stay down, make right decisions with your money, then wait for the big money at the next level. But like NIL, it's a tricky subject, so I don't really like to talk about it because everybody feel different about it.
Yeah, well, and see that's where it's like I've tried to get as much educated on the matter as I can, because as we talk to the audiences, they just feel like they have this idea of it, and I think that overall it's been a thing that I feel like has benefited student athletes a lot, but I think there's just a lot of misconceptions and everything. But it really opens it up to where again it's great for student athletes like yourself to be able to open up and to have things like this and to be able to do stuff that you weren't able to previously do. So
yes, sir. I feel like the outside noise is it's gonna always be there no matter what. So I don't really pay no attention, to be honest. But like if you're an athlete and you want to know how to like take advantage of your NIL, I'll tell you like put yourself out there more. Like you control how big your brand is basically, because can't nobody else do it for you.
Yeah. Well, and that's I was actually reading my next question. What would you tell future athletes as far as NIL, what you've learned from it? But kind of going back to the football side of things, I know we just got a couple of minutes left with you, Rashod, but you look forward to every game. You look forward to the next game. But is there a game on this year's schedule that you're like really excited about more than the others, or one that you're really amped up, or is it just all the next game type of deal?
It's just like all season I'm like ready to kill, basically. I've been through a lot in the past year. My mindset, like, a lot different from going into last season. So it's just like every game.
Every game, you're just going to come out with the same mentality and everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's the goal for the team this year then?
Championship.
Simple enough. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You feel like you guys got the horses, you got everything you need for it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Love to hear it. So, well, Rashod, we really appreciate you joining us, man. I know it's a slow time right now for you, but I know Razorback fans are excited about the football season coming up. It'll be here before you know it and here in a few months, but have a good summer. Enjoy all the stuff that you got going on, man. We look forward to seeing you play this year and hopefully catching up with you later down the road.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all for having me, and I hope the podcast get bigger and bigger.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.